Yo YouTube, how y'all doing today? We back with another video. Today we gonna react to Young Thug Is the Worst Friend Ever by Black He Speaks. I ain't gonna lie, Young Thug having a rough couple months, man. Couple weeks. I ain't gonna lie, he getting cooked. He lost his gang, he lost his rap career, his girl, he lost everything. God damn. But alright, let's get into it, you feel me?
I made him a millionaire. I know for a fact, me personally, I know your dad don't look at you like a real nigga. I know that. That's my man's. Your dad is my OG. I told you to go down there to the country town and get your daddy, no matter what your differences is with your daddy. I went half on your mama house and bought your mama house, bro, because you didn't have the money. I went half with you.
He feeling like he put everybody on everything, bro. Like he the beginning, the end, and whatever else, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like yeah, you played your part, but that don't mean like, nigga, like you was drawn too, bro.
Now,
using the feds telling all that information. You're here to tell all that information.
like most of you know, Young Thug has been in the headlines in the rap world for a lot of different things. The biggest one being for cooperating with the police, which ruined his street credibility as someone who promotes that lifestyle. And most recently, he was also trending for calling Glorilla ugly in a leaked jail call.
I did a video about that. He was wilding, nigga bugging. I ain't gonna lie.
I saw the girl.
Low bad.
The girl, Gorilla. Why not people say she pretty? That be ugly as fuck.
Thug has also been trending for his continued effort to recover from the damage that has been done to his career and his reputation. But the one thing I haven't seen anyone talk about is how Young Thug has to be the worst friend ever. So let's touch on that. Now, yesterday, Young Thug did an interview with a platform called the Big Facts Network. It's his first official interview since the police cooperation scandal, and although he said a lot of things, I want to focus on something he said regarding his friendship with Gunna. Now, Gunna and Young Thug, as most of you guys know, fell out after that RICO case came crashing down on both of them. Gunna ended up spending some time incarcerated and eventually got released in December 2022 after taking an Alford plea deal. That cemented Gunna as a snitch to some, and others didn't blame him for it considering the story.
That nigga went to jail and glowed up. He said, fuck that, I'm hitting the yard, I'm doing everything. I was on Instagram the other week. I'm looking, all I see some nigga Gunna talking about some time to do the Gunna 5K marathon. What the fuck?
Circumstances.
When
that aside, however, I thought this interview with Young Thug from yesterday, actually, that dropped, was really interesting because he had a very passionate conversation about his relationship with Gunna. The part I want to focus on is the part where he was essentially counting all the things that he did for him. So I want you to listen to the clip in question.
Yo, your real mans will never count on his hands how many times he really been there for you, unless you want some bullshit. Unless you're like, yo, fuck you, nigga, you was never there for me. And niggas start being like, when your mom was gone, paid your rent, this all the times I was there for you. Now you gonna tell me all this shit? But if you're like, I was there for that bitch ass nigga, he ain't had shit. Oh, you wildin', bro. I ain't gonna lie, you wildin'.
And just pay attention to what he's saying, okay?
I made him a millionaire. I bought his first apartment that he lived in. I bought it with my money. I made him put his money up. Keep your money. I bought it with my money because I had a little extras. I bought that shit. I went half and half with you to buy your mama house. Your mama first house. Get her out of the hood.
Now, there's a lot to break down here, and the majority of it is going to be a lesson for a lot of us as it relates to friendships. Some of us have been blessed with great friendships and fruitful relationships that have elevated us mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, depending on what kind of friendship we're talking about, right? It's a great conversation to have because it's such a relatable topic, but before we go there, let's take a trip down memory lane and touch on the beginning of their friendship. Back in 2015, a young Gunna ended up meeting Young Thug, who was already an established artist at the time. They met through a mutual friend, and his name was Keith King Troop. At the time, Thug had released his mixtape, Barter 6, and Gunna stopped by a video shoot for a song from the project. It was for the song With That, which was their first interaction. Thug and Gunna became mutuals, they became homies who eventually kicked it here and there, but that friendship intensified after the man who had introduced them, King Troop, was gunned down outside a gas station on December 12, 2015.
RIP to him though, that's drawn. Gun violence is really drawn, I ain't gonna lie, but RIP.
Justin, and this is where that killing happened. Right here in front of this gas station, you can still see some of the victim, Keith Troop's friends there, right where he was shot at the front door of that gas station. And late this afternoon, I want to show you this real quickly.
Build a website you love.
Damn.
With Wix.
That's a tragic John.
For your words.
After the death of King Troop, was started as a casual friendship, then intensified as the two went to the funeral and it brought them closer. Then they started to have more of a working relationship in the music industry, and Gunna was spending a lot of time around Thug working together with him. Young Thug then featured Gunna on his iconic 2016 release, Jeffrey, and that was the start of a very long friendship. Through their relationship is how Gunna also met key collaborators like Lil Baby, which eventually led to a joint project with Lil Baby and some very successful
Yeah, they
songs.
did start
Even though
jumping
Gunna
around
started as Young
2016,
Thug's
2018.
protege
Yeah.
at the beginning of his career, Gunna eventually built his own lane and
branched
established
off, you
his
feel
own
me?
name in the
Exactly.
music industry. As his relationship with Young Thug
Gunna
continued to
got
grow
weak too,
year
nigga.
after year, things eventually took a halt in May 2022 after Gunna, Young Thug, and their crew members got hit with RICO charges. Gunna
How
spent some
did the
time
RICO
behind
even come
bars
about?
and
Like,
eventually
what-
got
like-
out after taking that
Like,
Alfred
who got
plea
caught
deal.
first? You feel me?
And Gunna and Young Thug's friendship
who
was
should've
over
took
the
the fall.
second they both got arrested. And Young Thug, in the interview clip I showed you, spoke about how much he helped Gunna, which is something Gunna never, shied away from. He always credited Young Thug as a person who helped him early on when he didn't really have to.
I'm about to say, Gunna was always be like, "That's my brother for real." He really helped me out. He really, like he always gave Young Thug his shout outs and all that shit. So what's the fuck going on now?
Too. And I think what Young Thug did for Gunna in his early days is forever going to be a part of his story. And it's nothing even Gunna would ever deny. However, how Thug is talking about all of it is
It's
honestly
crazy.
rubbing
It's
me the
crazy.
wrong way. Thug in the clip I played you stated that he bought Gunna his first apartment with his money when Gunna didn't have shit. He also stated that he made him a millionaire, emphasis on he. Young Thug also stated that he put half of his money to buy Gunna's mother a house so Gunna could, get her out the hood. Young Thug also stated that he was the one who told Gunna to settle the differences with his own father. So now we
Like, you might as well say that nigga your son at that point. Like, the way you son him, like, yeah, it's all me. Like, damn, nigga, you might as well call him like your pops or some shit, bro. Like, shit.
unfortunately know the private details
You
of
wildin',
Gunna's
bro.
family dynamics thanks to Young Thug. And Thug also stated that Gunna's own father doesn't look at him like a real nigga because Gunna's dad is apparently Thug's OG.
I told you to go down there to the country town and get your daddy, no matter what your differences is with your daddy. I know for a fact, me personally, I know your dad don't look at you like a real nigga. I know that. This my man's. Your dad is my OG. He don't look at you like that. I made you go get your dad. I made you reunite with your family and do the right thing.
And Thug also stated that he gave Gunna more time
I don't like how he talking, bro. I made you do it. Nigga, I'm your pops, nigga. You's my little kid. You my seed. Like, nigga, yo, watch that shit. Like, you trying to son me or something? Like, alright, you wildin' now, bro. But nigga like Thug, you gotta ignore the nigga like Thug, let him talk, bro. Same with the cops, let him talk his way out the fucking jail. Just let the nigga talk. He gonna fuck up eventually, bro. With law. Cause look at him, bro. No, everybody I talk to, they don't fuck with Thug as a human being, bro. Like, as a person, you can't fuck with a nigga like Thug only cause that nigga a walking hypocrite. He a oxymoron. He's screaming loyalty and love. Whole time that nigga talking about something. The cops, they start saying names, so I started telling stories. Yo, what the fuck? That's some crazy shit to say.
than his own children and the mother of his children.
I just poured my all into him, bro. I gave this nigga more time than my children, bro. I gave him more time than my kids.
That's
I
pretty.
gave him more time than my old lady. Like, I poured my life into these people.
Which is
That's very
absolutely
strange, I ain't gonna
insane.
lie.
Thug then once again stated that he went half with Gunna to buy Mama Duke's a house, okay, his mom's, Gunna's mom, because Gunna didn't have any money. That's what he said.
I went half on your mama house and bought your mama house, bro, because you didn't have the money. I went half with you.
He also said that he, okay, Young Thug, bought Gunna's brother his first truck and let Gunna play it off like he bought it for him.
I bought your brother his first truck and let you present it to him like you bought it.
And he ended it by saying that he didn't do it for no reason other than that he had love for his brothers. Now, for the people who get it, y'all get it, okay? The message for today is be very careful who you allow to help you in this life.
I'm about
Now,
to
some
say-
people have been, pointing
That's a very female trait to do. That's like he taking notes in his head to throw it back in your face later on in life. Like, all right, nigga, you got it, bro. Like, come on. If I get done dirty by my mans, I just got done dirty. That's all. I'm not gonna be like, I ain't changed that bitch ass nigga. It's none of that. It's none of that, bro. You got it.
out the
I'm just about my
opposite
business.
of this conversation, which is be careful who you help. Although that is a great point overall, because not everybody deserves a helping hand, because some people will be 6 feet deep in a ditch screaming for help, and as soon as you crouch down to help them,
They gonna
they'll drag
put you
your ass
down.
down just like that,
Some
okay,
straight
and
hitting shit.
feed you to the alligators, okay? That's a very real thing I've experienced myself, and I'm sure you have as well, okay? However, for this particular situation, I don't think that applies at all. Understand that Young Thug didn't help Gunna because he wanted nothing out of the situation. He helped him because they had a mutual working relationship. Thug even stated
money
when he
off of him.
first discovered Gunna, he really saw the potential in him, which means he's seen musical talent in him before the world did, okay? The only difference between both of them at the time is that when Gunna was
He was
receiving
on.
the help from Thug, he wasn't where he was supposed to be. However, he was very much heading in that direction. And the reason why I'm very adamant about saying it like that is because, a lot of people like to pretend that because a person assisted another person on their journey to success,
Nah, facts. He probably would have made it regardless. Like Gunna was probably would have already made it without Thug. Like, so it don't even matter what you was doing. Like, yeah, you helped him boost him up, but outside of you, shit could probably already happen anyway.
Success, they suddenly created that success for them, completely negating the fact that success was already a part of their destiny. In the words of Jay-Z, I heard motherfuckers saying they made Hove. Made Hove say, okay, so make another Hove. Or The Weeknd's line from Sidewalks comes to mind as well when he says, because too many people think they made me. Well, if they really made me, then replace me. Young Thug reminds me of one of those people who, you know, tries to help you and then the whole time they're counting every single thing that they're doing for you. And the biggest issue here is when, you know, those people who supposedly are helping you in good faith, when they decide to tell other people how you weren't shit before they helped you. I mean, how real of a thing was it if the whole world had to know? How real is it if we now know that Gunna and his father weren't on good terms, and without you, his entire family would have supposedly...
See how he's still spilling tea, gang? It's like, damn, nigga, shut up, nigga. Damn. You ain't learned shit from your whole time in the feds. And this whole social media expose, you ain't learned shit. You still talking.
crumbled, right? You can never make another man a millionaire. That is absolutely not possible. What is possible, however, is putting a man in a position in order to make millions. Those are two completely different things. There's a lot of people who've been put in positions to win, but they weren't able to do anything with.
It's like basketball, right? Young Thug was the point guard. He told Gunna, cut to the corner. When your man come up, crash on that, I'ma dime you. That's putting him in a position to score. Now, if Gunna missed the layup, you couldn't do nothing about that. He just gotta make those. That's what he's trying to say, you feel me? So it's like, either he can make it or he can't. I can't make the shot for you again. You just gotta hit those, you feel me?
That on the other side, you have somebody who nobody ever handed anything to, and despite that, they come out on the other side with all types of bags, all kind of success, and they're just blessed in their life. Not because anything came to them, but because they went after it. And they were, of course, lucky because luck plays a very big part in becoming successful. There's so much that has to line up at the right time for things to go your way, but that's another conversation. I'm sure all of us have experienced this kind of thing. You have to realize that a lot of people in this world will go out of their way to help you, not because they care, but because they want to be attached to that success that was already in your future. There's a reason why everybody wants to help someone who's already on the up and up. It's almost like investing in a stock that's guaranteed to make you infinite returns. You simply can't lose. Some people might say, well, you know, Gunna didn't really have anything back then. And I say, you're wrong, because with or without Young Thug, he was always gonna find a way. He was always gonna become the man that he is today. The only difference is that the path would have looked different. You know, if you ever have someone in your life who genuinely wants to help you, you'll know, because they'll never take credit for your success when you eventually become that version of you that you always were destined to become. And I think this is a very important lesson for a lot of us. In most cases, you're only going to see that your friend is just like Young Thug when push comes to shove, when you're no longer under their wing and they can't control your success anymore. The only thing Gunna is under right now is, you know, he's under those dumbbells, okay? Honestly, I think 2025 is the year a lot of us seen the real side.
No, he is swole as shit, yeah.
Of a lot of people. There's a lot of changes that are happening in the world as we...
That nigga Cat Williams said it best on Shannon Sharp's interview. He said 2025 the year, gang, all that shit. Or it was 2024, whatever it was. Everybody getting found out.
And spiritually, there's something in the air that divides people now more than ever, especially when they're not aligned. I think this story is a representation of just that. Be mindful of who you allow to help you, and don't always be so quick to accept a helping hand, especially if you know what your future holds for you. So nobody can, you know, come out the cut and say that they made you. Because with or without their help, you would have figured that shit out 1000%. I believe that. I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say about this topic, though. Drop a like for the algorithms.
Nah, it's a W video like usual. But alright, that's me though. I'm gonna see you on the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. This is a little short one today. Yo, I really want to know what y'all thoughts are on this whole Thug situation, because this joint be really frying me, bro. Like, he really fried me with this whole shit. Like, watching your persona crumble over the span of like 8 days is wicked, bro. But alright though, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.